Elise here from Training for Volleyball. A question that we get asked a lot is, what else can we use the bands for? Many of you have these bands, and yes, we use them to challenge the core and do a lot of movements and create some power in the arms, but you can also, believe it or not, build muscle with these. I highly recommend them. I use them. All my athletes use them. I'm going to show you two exercises. Number one, these exercises are going to help build muscle and work body parts that you normally think that you would have to use weights for and other types of machines. And I'm also going to show you an alternating exercise of the same movement to really grab the core. So number one, we're going to do these exercises on one leg, because if you know me and you've been studying all this information that I've given you, one leg, balance challenging, grabs the core, forces you to balance, helps you become a better athlete. So on one leg, we're either going to use the ground, rolled up yoga mat that you're very familiar with, or many of you have the AirX pads to create an unstable environment. So the first one that I'm going to show you is an alternating, well, first it's going to be a chest press. Okay? So it's a chest press with the bands behind us. I'm going to step over here a little because my next exercise is going to be over here. That's why it's on a slight angle. We are on one leg, shoulders are back, elbows are up but just below shoulder height. And what I want you to do is press with your chest and your shoulders out forward, and then the elbows come back. Press forward. Notice how nothing's moving. I am on one leg. If I want to challenge myself, I'll go on one leg on the mat. That's more of an unstable environment, creating more of an unstable environment. Press and back. Press. And you heard me say, press with your shoulders and your chest. You always want to use the muscle you're working. So we're working the chest. I'm going to use my chest to press. Think of it. Just mentally think of it. Press and then back. Breathe out on the way out. So you can have your athletes do this as well in your circuits. Core is nice and tight. Press and elbows come back. Press. Notice how my hands aren't grabbing. And I do that on purpose. I keep my hands open so that I force myself to use the muscles. So that was one leg on an unstable environment. You can do it on the ground. If you have athletes or yourself and you don't have your core nice and strong yet and you can't balance, then both feet go down. Whoops, and they look like this. Okay? Both feet go down. And you can just put one foot up front to work your way up to that one leg to help start creating some nice balance and some core strength. The next one, I'm going to use a thicker band just so I can stay in the camera because it's a little shorter. It's going to be a posterior delt, rear delt, so it pulls. You always want to work the back whenever you work the front so you stay nice and balanced. All right, we're going to be on one leg, nice and straight. I don't want my chest over my knee. We're just sitting down into it, knee soft, chest is behind your knee. Hands are out, fully extended. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Use the muscle you're working. Elbows follow. Then hands come out front. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Elbows follow. Work that muscle. Breathe out on the way back. Okay? Obviously, I could be using the mat, and I'll show you that real quick. On one leg. Got to come back a little bit. Unstable environment. Unstable environment. Okay? Now, how do you really grab that core with these two exercises? Back to the chest press. So I'm going to switch legs. One leg. Now we're going to alternate. Alternating fast. Pressing with my chest and shoulders. What is that doing? That's forcing my core to stabilize. It's forcing me to balance. I'm working core strength. And obviously you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it on that leg. Trust me, when you have your athletes do this, or if you're an athlete and you do this, you're going to feel this in your leg. And your core. Same thing with the posterior or rear delt pull. My mat's getting messed up, but that's okay. Rear delt pull. Alternating. Using the rear part of my shoulder. shoulders, my rear deltoids to pull. Squeezing your core for balance. There you go. 2 exercises, 2 progressions for each one. Working the core, working the muscles. Try them, have fun, be safe. Thanks a lot.